Hey, it's David back on Breeze Flippers, back in the shipping room. It's Sunday. It's Father's Day. And if you're a father, happy Father's Day. Or if you have a father, tell him happy Father's Day. Today, because Father's Day, you should be able to do whatever you want and kind of relax, right? That's what I did today, guys. I'm tired actually from relaxing. It's been a long day. We hung out by the pool, my wife and I, and of course, you know, the reason I'm a father, my two daughters, they're not here with me, which, you know, that would be cool. But obviously, you know, they have their lives and they're in different places, and I'm proud of what they've done. And of course, you know, you're always proud of your kids. But hey, you know, I would have loved to spend more time with them, but they did message me and tell me happy Father's Day, so that makes me feel good. I hope you guys had a great Father's Day. And so this isn't going to be a long video tonight. We did have some sales. We're going to talk a little bit about what did sell this week. Matter of fact, let's see, we had for this week 15 sales, a little over $340. Not a lot, guys, not a ton. But however, we've had a big week on DibDit, DibDit.com. If you haven't gone there yet, check it out. If you guys are looking for a different place to sell, I'm gonna put this right up front instead of waiting till later. But you guys need to check it out. It's fun. We've done over $2 grand in sales the last 30 days. And it's just having fun. We're actually having great little auctions. I've been selling a lot of comics, a lot of stuff. Last Friday, we had an anything auction. We sold a lot of inventory that we've just been sitting on, either haven't listed or just didn't want to list, and we did really well with it. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about what sold, so let's get into it. So like I said, sales haven't been crazy this week on eBay, but again, this is the eBay roller coaster. One week it's great, next week it's you know, but that's the way it kind of goes right now. It's okay, I don't care, that's the way things go. But you know, we keep doing what we have to do. We list every day. We put up again, we're still in the $250 to $300 range that we're listing. We're taking down old listings, we're putting up new. This weekend we did something though. We cleaned out a lot of small listings, like a lot of under $10 listings. We took it all out, and I will bundle some of it up and put back in eBay. We took a lot of those items and we actually sold them on DibDit Friday night on a great auction. We had a lot of fun. Almost $200 in sales with shipping and everything, but it was a great little auction, had a lot of people in there. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Sherry and I did that, had some great people in there. And if you're not out there yet on DibDit, I'm just gonna push it out there, guys, and tell you, check it out. It's the worst you can do is just at least look at it. Go out to DibDit.com, or you can download the District app to your phone, and you can pull it up and take a look at some of these auctions. If you're a reseller, it is a great place to source. If you're reselling and you're already sourcing on places like Whatnot, why not go look at DibDit? There's a lot of resellers on there. We get a lot of stuff. I get a lot of stuff from DibDit that I resell. So you can go over there and you can use Breeze Flips, get $5 off your first purchase of $10 or more. So, and if you don't know how to do that and you go over there, just ask me. Send me a message. Once you're in there, you can look for Breeze Flippers. I'm same name everywhere. You can look us up and send me a message and say, hey, how do I do this? And make sure that you get your $5 off your first $10 purchase. Doesn't have to even be my auction. It could be anyone's auction. I don't care. Just go over there and enjoy it. You can go to DibDit, DibDit.com, DibDit Threads, DibDit Cards. If you're in the cards, there's Tiquity. I know it's a weird name, but hey, it's really cool. There's all kinds of markets, 8 different markets, including like Dave's Kitchen Market. These guys have put together something pretty cool over there, and it's a lot of fun. So, and again, I'm trying to promote that a little bit more, and we're going to probably do some other stuff down the road to kind of help promote that, because we just want to get people over there because, hey, it's really a great place to shop. It really is kind of fun. So anyway, that being said, we did have some sales this week. I did do some sourcing on Saturday. Not a lot, but I got to show you my favorite thing before we get started. So out of all the things that I bought this weekend, I didn't buy a lot. I didn't spend a ton of money. Matter of fact, I didn't get anything super, but I saw this little guy and I could not say no, because watch.
What is thy bidding, my master?
His little eyes light up. You can make him.
I'll never tell you the odds.
I just love him. He is going to be.
Only through me can you achieve it.
He's going to be part of my comic auctions from now on. He's like a little I guess he's kind of like a magic 8-ball. You can ask him a question and he'll tell you something, and he just kind of goes on and on. He'll probably wake up here in a few minutes and do something, but I don't know. It was $2, guys. I couldn't pass it up. Well, it was $2 and a hat, right? And it was a Team USA Nike hat. It said Team USA on it. So you hear him snoring, right? I don't know if you hear him snoring or not. Anyway, he goes to sleep after you don't touch him. But I got that for $2. Both of those for $2, and I could not pass it up. I thought it was the coolest thing. So I like Star Wars. I've always been a huge Star Wars fan, but you know, anyway, that's the fun thing. All right, so let's talk about what sold real quick. I do have a couple items that went out since the last video. I'll just kind of run through those real quick. I did sell a vintage Walt Disney World Mickey Mouse surfing orange tie-dye hat. So this was kind of it really, to me, looked very used, but it turns out that it was actually a tie-dye hat that is Disney. It has a cool little surfing thing on it. Like, it was pretty cool. I'll pop up an image, of course, for you guys to see it. But it did go out. I did finally sell. It's been in the inventory for a while. I got it for sold for $10.99, so $4.99 shipping. And that went out. And that was you know, like I said, it was one of those things that's been in the inventory for a while, and I was kind of happy to see it go. But you know, I don't mind the hats going at all. So we've got so many of them. I think we still have about between 300 and 400 hats. I can't remember exactly, but it's pretty close. So also sold, and I'll put this up too, Hugh and Bros The Pacific 2010 hardcover. It was a book, very thick book. Okay, so here's the deal, right? I picked this book up for $1. All right. It just would never sell. And I was about ready to give it to Goodwill, and I thought, I'll just put it on the 25% off. And not thinking about it, it did have free shipping. So I picked it up for $1. It sold for $7 with free shipping. So anybody can do the math real quick and go, that's a pretty heavy book. It's like 2 pounds. So even on, even with the media mail shipping, it was still $6. I think it was $6.30. I don't think I made any money on this. This is probably the stupidest thing I ever did when I did that, but it sold and it's out of here. And sometimes, guys, we don't always think about it, especially when you don't look at stuff all the time. I didn't look at that. So there's a lesson to be learned in there probably. Always pay attention to what's in your inventory, because God only knows what you have that might be selling for really cheap. So you might want to pick that up and take a look at it. So that went out, but hey, it's gone. It's good. I didn't give it to Goodwill. I probably made maybe 25 cents on it. I think I made my money back. So, and I honestly only paid 25 cents for it. It was nothing. I bought it at I think I bought it at a thrift store on 25-cent day. So that's, you know, it is what it is. This hat sold. It is a vintage Titleist golf hat. So this is a men's hat. It's a strap back. It does have FJ on it and FJ on the back. It has Titleist on the back. It's a nice hat. I think it's vintage. Looks pretty old. It was old. I'm pretty sure it was. But it came up that way. I mean, I couldn't find any that looked like it, but it is kind of a cool hat. Didn't sell for a ton of money, $13.59. That'll get $4.99 shipping. So that's going out. Let's see what else sold. Oh, this is cool. So these are some of the remaining Hot Wheels that I have. Now, I told you guys once that I bought a whole bunch of these, and I did. I bought a whole bunch of them at a garage sale. It just kind of happened upon the garage sale. Did not actually, wasn't on my list to go to, right? But it was there, and so I popped up on this garage sale and it said toys, and I thought, cool. So I went in, and the guy had a lot of really cool Hot Wheels, but they were in packages. So, you know, he had a lot of loose Hot Wheels, and to this day, I'm kind of regretting I didn't buy some of those. Even though I said I won't sell individually, I think they could have been bundled up and sold pretty well, and he was giving good prices. I mean, I paid, I think, let me look here. I think I paid, yeah, I maybe paid $1 for these, if that was what it came out to be. But this is a Hot Wheels. This is a 2001 last production run. So 2001 last production run ramp truck. You can kind of see the ramp in there. This is kind of a rare, I've seen these sell for $7 to $10 even without the package, but this is already in the package, and it's the last run. And it's also a 2002 final run Firebird funny car. Again, this is the last production run, and this is also new in the package. Ended up selling each of those. One, let's see, the Hot Wheels, this one sold for $12.99. The other one sold for $15.99, and it's going to get $11.98 shipping. I probably will have to give the guy back a little bit of shipping money, because it seems like that's a little high, but you know, I try to be honest, and I don't try to take money from him, but he, you know, we'll see what happens on that, because it's going to have to take an odd size box, because you got to got to put them in there, and you got to actually flip them upside down and kind of put them like this, and you put them in a box because I don't want the plastic to get damaged when you ship it. So that went out. That was pretty good. So total sale on that was actually $42.89. So Hot Wheels do sell, guys, if you can find the right ones, especially those in the package like that. So not a bad deal. I won't complain about those at all. Next thing I sold, this is another one of those. I didn't think it was a bad buy, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see it in here, so maybe I'll try to take it out. But this is, y'all have heard of Fugglers, right? I'm gonna take it out because I can get it out of there. A Fuggler is a ugly doll. I don't know. Anyway, they're originally from Australia. I think they got a little popular over here, then they didn't, and now they're popular again because they're back. But these were little Fuggler, I don't know what you call them, vinyl figures, right? So kind of a competition to pop figures, I guess. Anyway, you can see how ugly he is. He's not very handsome, right? Anyway, so these were pretty cool. I bought these off of Macari, so I did a little retail arbitrage. I purchased them for, I don't know. I think my cost was, I can look it up and see, actually, to be honest with you. I think I have, I got less than $2 in each one of these. So now I sold a whole bunch of them at a little bit better value because not only did I get these, I also got the fuzzy ones that were the little ones, the keychain ones. So they were less than $2 each, but this one did sell. It's been on there. It's been the last ones I have. And it sold for $5.25 and I think $4.99 shipping. So yeah, $4.99 shipping. So that's going to go out. But again, it's one of the last ones. It is actually the last one I have of that one. So happy that it went out and it's gone. So now we talked about good buys. Now we're going to talk about a bad buy. All right. So when I first started reselling, we went to an estate sale that was inside of a building. They basically were aggregated all of their estate sales into one big building, and they pulled all this stuff in. So they were basically buying out estate sales. So we were in this one room and we saw these, and I looked them up, and I actually saw a few comps that said these were good. This is a Royal Copenhagen 1979 Choosing Christmas Tree Collectors plate. And I thought, oh, let's just see if we can get these. So we got, I think we got 30 plates for $30, and then we also bought some other stuff in there with it. But I think we all ended up total. No, actually, you know what? I think we got, it was only 20 plates, but we have a whole bunch of other stuff that we bought with it, so it was $30. So probably $1-ish in each of these, maybe a little more, because if you counted all the other stuff that we got, I have to look and see. Yeah. It was $33 total for all of it. All right, so I sold a bunch of these, and over time they just took time. They sold, but it was slow, and it was so slow. And these are hard to store. They're heavy, they're bulky, they're not fun to ship. And honestly, collector plates, guys, unless, I don't know, I haven't found a collector plate yet, in my opinion, that sells really well. There may be some. If you know of collector plates that sell really good, let us know. Or don't, if you are sitting on those and you don't want anybody to know about them. But if you do know about them, tell us, because I'm curious of which ones sell well. Because honestly, that one sat, and that one. So the funny part was, this is one that I kept in the inventory because I knew that it had a washer on it, and I did not want it to take it out of inventory. The other ones that were left, and there was only about maybe 8 or 9 that were left, we put on our booth. We sold a couple of them, and they just didn't sell. So finally, we just pulled them out of our booth and just took them out of inventory, and we just gave them to Goodwill because I was done with them. I just didn't want to have them anymore. But this one did sell. It's the very last one I have. So good on us. It is from 1979, and it is, you know, like I said, it's vintage. It's cool. If you're a collector of those, that's great. I'm not saying anything bad about you if you're collecting those. If people collect them, super. I just wish they would have bought them all from me, but we didn't sell them all, and that's okay. So we're going to do all right with that. We're done with it, but we did end up getting $6.99, and I think it goes with the, oh yeah, it's got $8.99 shipping on it because it's glass. So happy, happy, happy. All right, so getting to the thing that I do love to sell, this one. So this is Harley Quinn. This is Harley Quinn #1. Now this is what's called a Mexican foil. It is a made by Adam Hughes, limited edition Mexican foil. I think it was from the I want to say it was from one of the Comic-Cons, maybe the San Diego or San Francisco Comic-Con. I can't remember for sure which one, but anyway, this is a Mexican foil. It's beautiful. Love the cover. If you see her, I love Harley Quinn. That's one of my favorites. Sat in there for a little while. I wasn't going to take a lowball offer on it. I think the offer, the fair market value was around $45, but there wasn't very many out there, so I just kind of held on to it, and I kept my mount on there, and I didn't try to lower it. Ended up getting $56.99, and that'll go out with free shipping. So very happy it sold, and that was great. Now, right before I started to film this, I heard a cha-ching, and so I was like, hey, we sold something else. Well, lo and behold, we sure did. This is another Playboy magazine. So we're very happy that these are selling. I've sold a couple now in the past week. I'm still probably going to pull these together and lot them up and sell them, just because I just need to get them out of there. They weren't a bad buy. I've made pretty good money on these, and like I said, I'm into them for about 60 cents a piece. I've sold a bunch of them, and we sell them for between $14.99 and $21.99 with free shipping. This one sold for $15.99 with free shipping. It's shipping to Michigan, so it'll cost $6, $7 to ship, somewhere in that vicinity. So we'll that's okay. I don't care. It's going, it's getting out of my inventory. So anyway, this one did have, it was a holiday anniversary edition. It had Lee Iacocca interview, and I don't know who the person was on the front. It's, I don't know. So anyway, Stacey Arthur. So if you're interested, you may not be. So anyway, guys, that's what's going out. And like I said, it's not been a terrible week. 15 sales, and we've got $300 or a little over $340. Again, you know, I look at my numbers from last year and compare them to this year. We're still like flat. We're so even on there. It's just like, you know, I got to figure out something to make the needle move a little bit. And so that's some things that we're going to probably look at and try to figure out some stuff. But just kind of, you know, listing every day, making sure we're listing good products, making sure that we're listing good products at good prices. I mean, that's going to help make the sale, right? So we just have to find the right mix in there. And I'm still listing a lot of comic books, guys. I mean, I can see right now what the biggest category that I'm selling in is comic books. And I'm getting ready to, I'm working on it right now. So CGC, who does most of the probably the best in the comic book grading, you know, better than CBCS. So they are running a special. I think it's going to be their permanent. I don't think it's just a special. They're doing 50 comics. If you do 50 comics and send it 50 at a time, modern comics, and you can send them in and get them graded for, I think it's pretty much like a $21 for me, because I'm a member at the mid-range. I think it's like $21. So $21 to send in a comic that I have probably less than $3 or $4 in, a bunch of moderns. I'll probably do that. I'll pick the ones that have really good art, that look really good, and probably send in those. And I can stipulate that it's I want 9.8s and above. I don't want anything below a 9.8, because it doesn't do you any good. If you get 9.8s and above, then at least you can get somewhere between $59, $79 depending on the comic. And I can turn around and make a little bit of money on those. So, you know, and people like graded comics for just display, for art. Some of you guys I know probably don't like graded comics because you like to be able to look at them and read them. I get that. So it's, you know, each their own. However you want to do your collecting, that's how you do your collecting. But I probably will invest a little bit in that. I also have a bunch of cards I want to send in. So I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to send them into CGC, or I don't really think they're going to be good value at the PSA. So PSA is a lot more expensive, and PSA right now is taking 6 months to get stuff back, where CGC has gotten theirs down to 35 days, which is great. So we'll see if that actually works, but that's what's getting ready to happen. So I'm going to send a bunch in. So I have some more graded comics, because like I said, comics right now are doing really well for me. That's my biggest category. And video games, still second. So, and I did not find any video games this weekend. I looked and looked and looked and looked, just did not find any. Picking's been kind of weird around here. It's either the weather, or it's too hot, or it's just, I don't know, maybe not the right time of year. I think a lot of people, again, this is when everybody goes on vacation. The kids just come out of school. You know, we're right around the holidays. I think maybe it'll pick up a little bit after that. I'm hoping it will, because I'd really like to see some things pick up and us get back to picking, you know, the way we were before. So, but yeah, that's what's going on, guys. Again, not a whole bunch, but I will tell you again, just to kind of reiterate, you know, check us out on DibDit, DibDit.com. See some of the auctions we're running. We're on some great comic auctions. Get in there, put Breeze Flips in. You get $5 off your first $10 purchase. I also want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed. Much appreciated. I've met so many nice people. I've gotten so many great comments, and it's a lot of fun. So, you know, I want to take some time. You guys have questions, things you want to ask me, I'm always willing to answer them. And again, guys, it's not like I'm the catch-all, the know-all, but I am doing this part-time. I do work a full-time job, but from an aspect of doing this part-time, I'm happy to answer any questions of things that I do, and I learn from you as well. So tell me some things that you do. You know, we can talk about that. That sounds like a lot of fun too. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Again, if you're a dad, happy Father's Day. Hope you're enjoying your day. Relax the rest of the day. Try to get some relaxation out of this, and you know, just take it easy. I mean, that's kind of what the fun is. And as soon as I get done with shipping all this, I'm going to go back to, well, actually, I'm going to edit a video, but I'm going to sit on the couch and do it and be very comfortable when I'm doing it. So I just need a little break. I think I was ready for one. This has been a busy week, and but I enjoy every minute of it. So I'm David Beckham, Breeze Flippers. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you.